Good evening, everybody. Great to see everybody. It's going to be a fun-filled, packed, fun night tonight. But officially, it's Bristol Township Council meeting. Starting time is 7:06, and it's April 16th, 2026. Please stand for Pledge of Allegiance. Moment of silence. Remember all our service personnel, all our military. It's overseas. Here, our military personnel never came home. Our emergency responder, and everybody protects our Bristol Township 24/7. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Again, it's great to see everybody coming out tonight. We do need roll call.
President Bowen.
Here.
Vice President Murphy.
Present.
Mr. Antonello.
Here.
Mr. Blaylock.
Here.
Ms. Dunlap.
Present.
Mr. Glasson.
Present.
Mrs. Wagner.
Good evening.
Before we started the meeting, we met in an executive session.
Yes.
Mr. Holbert.
Thank you, President Bowen. Yes, the Bristol Township Council met in executive session prior to tonight's meeting where issues of township real estate, potential litigation, and personnel were discussed.
Thank you. One note for me, if I screw anything up on this agenda, I am allergy medicine tonight. And I'm pretty good at screwing the agenda up. So anyway, we're going to move forward. Monthly reports are available for review in the Township Manager's office. Public comments will be taken on land development and official action items. General comments will be taken during opportunity for residents to address council. Next, we have presentations and public hearings and ordinance. The first is the John Billington VFW Post 6495 and auxiliary fundraiser check presentation to the Bristol Township Police Department K-9 unit. Yay! Yes. What are we doing here?
All right, how about that? Good? Okay. All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you for the time. So tonight we have the John Billington Post 6495 and the auxiliaries here today to present the unit of check. I met Katie, I believe it was a year ago, at an award ceremony that they held for some officers. She came up to me immediately, just wanted to just see what she could do for the unit. They just wanted to donate time, money. So after talking to her, she scheduled for us to do, or for them to do the donation. It was a 3-month lottery, daily lottery. All the proceeds that they make will go to the K-9 unit. Because of that, and just in general, we would like to raise more money through with the unit. So we did create a foundation, the Bristol Township K-9 Foundation. It's a nonprofit that, with the help of Officer Savich, he put a lot of time and effort into it. So this will be the first check going into that nonprofit that has helped to offset the costs that the department and the township would have to pay for the unit. So whatever we can do to keep the unit growing and training that we wouldn't be able to go to and those things. So I'm very excited. Thank you guys very much for all your hard work. It means a lot to us. We're very big with the community, and you guys, I know you guys are too, so that means a lot. So I know for the council, Manager Mazer, the lieutenant, and the chief, we're very thankful for this. So I don't know if you wanted to say anything or if you just wanted to.
Well, I'd like you to come up so I can.
Yeah, I guess we'll just do some.
Come on up.
You guys should all be up there in the back.
Hi. Good.
First, we want to thank you for giving us the honor to do this for you and for getting the K-9 unit together. We were able to raise $5,000. And that comes, personal thank yous go out to State Representative Tina Davis. She bought a ticket and she said, if I win, keep the money. Well, she did win, and yeah, I kept the money. Jim Ritchie of our post, Sue Foster, our president, and our senior vice, Foster, Laura Portman and her son, they gave back their winnings. So because of that, we were able to raise this much. Because January was okay, but February and then March came, and it was over almost $2,000 that we had to give out. So from them people doing that, we were able to present this to you. And thank you for giving us the opportunity, and keep us in mind for all your fundraising.
Well, all of us on council, thank you very much. And of course, all Bristol Township residents and the business community, thank you. Okay, next we have Canine Axle Retirement.
Good evening.
Is it buttoned down?
I believe so. So I have the privilege of speaking about Josh and Axel tonight. It's a great honor. We appreciate them very much. Not only Josh and Axel, but his wife and 2 daughters who have dealt with a lot with Josh being in the K-9 unit. So we appreciate them, and we recognize their dedication and sacrifices they've made over the years with dealing with Josh and Axel together. More Josh than Axel. So with regards to K-9 Axel, he retired recently, and I just want to recognize him tonight. Axel became a member of the Bristol Township Police Department in spring of 2016 when he was paired with originally Officer David Weiser. Axel remained with Officer Weiser for just over 2 years. Axel obtained his initial training certifications through Philadelphia's K-9 Academy for both patrol and narcotics while paired with Officer Weiser. In August of 2018, Axel was paired with Josh. In September, Axel and Josh of that year went through New Jersey State Police K-9 Academy training for patrol training. And then in March of 2019, they attended the New Jersey State Police K-9 Academy for narcotics training. During the training, Axel always did his part by making Josh look like he knew what he was doing. They maintain their annual narcotics certifications through the United States Police K-9 Association. Also during his career, Axel was certified by the Bucks County District Attorney's Office so that he could be utilized throughout all of Bucks County. In June of 2024, Axel and Josh joined the SWAT team, and Axel remained there with the team until his retirement recently. For 7.5 years, Josh and Axel helped ensure the safety of not only Bristol Township residents, but all of Bucks County. Some of the most notable events and incidents Axel was involved with during those 7.5 years include, but are not limited to, the following. Axel helped Pennsylvania State Police troopers find over 450 pounds of marijuana during a traffic stop. He helped locate over 3 pounds of methamphetamine and $17,000 inside of a safe during a narcotics-related search warrant. He helped with the seizure of approximately $16,000 on a car stop that was initiated by Officer John Nowicki, who just became a member of the K-9 unit himself. He conducted an area search where he located and then apprehended the driver of a stolen vehicle who had crashed the stolen vehicle and then attempted to flee on foot. He also located a burglary suspect hiding underneath a couch during the search of a residence during the investigation. Axel was selected for the 2024 through 2025 K-9 Law Enforcement Award presented by the John Billington VFW Post 6495. As a result of receiving that award, Axel was presented with a U.S. flag from Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick that had been flown at the U.S. Capitol. However, his most notable work and accomplishments were during his numerous community service events over the years. The countless hours spent with the community involved thousands of interactions with children of all ages and adults alike. During these events, Axel always very willingly let anyone pet him. And many times, this was the first time these individuals had the opportunity to interact with the police K-9 team. And Axel always put a smile on everyone's face, regardless of their age. Great job, Axel.
Does Axel go home with Josh?
Yes, so currently he's staying at Josh's residence. Josh is outside in a kennel. Axel stays inside with the wife and kids.
There you go. No doubt, as it should be.
Nope. I apologize, and there is a certificate of retirement for Axel. Hey, leave that here, or you want to hold that?
Okay, next on the agenda, we have Hazel Pringle, Bristol Township School District Student Scholastic Combination. Hello. Hi.
So do I? Okay.
Yep. And
This must be Hazel.
Vice President Murphy's going to read the resolution.
All right. So
So, a resolution of commendation of the Township Council of Bristol, Bucks County, honoring Hazel Pringle for her outstanding academic achievements and leadership. Whereas Hazel Pringle is a senior at Harry S. Truman High School, whose academic excellence, leadership, and dedication have distinguished her as an outstanding member of the Bristol Township community. And whereas Hazel has been awarded the prestigious Provost Scholarship from the University at Buffalo, totaling $72,000 over 4 years. Congratulations. Recognizing her as one of the university's top applicants with exceptional academic achievement and leadership potential. And whereas Hazel has been selected as a spring 2026 Big Future Ambassador through the College Board, a national leadership initiative focused on expanding college access and supporting fellow students in their education journeys. And whereas Hazel has earned admission to multiple respected institutions, including the University of Buffalo and Westchester University, where she was accepted into the pre-business management, business process, and data analytics program. And whereas Hazel's achievements reflect her commitment to academic excellence, leadership, and service, and her aspirations to pursue studies in business while exploring future pathways in service-oriented leadership. And whereas Hazel's success brings great pride to her family, her school, and the Bristol Township community, and serves as an inspiration to other students striving for excellence. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Township Council of Bristol Township hereby recognizes and commends Hazel Pringle for her outstanding academic accomplishments and leadership, and congratulates her on this significant milestone as she prepares to continue her education and future endeavors. Congratulations.
You have something you'd like to say?
Thank you, Bill.
Absolutely. Thank you. Oh. Okay. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much, the Bristol Township Board, for recognizing me and having me here this very evening. I do have a lot of appreciation, yes, within my family, my close friends. My primary inspiration is through my faith, and that is my faith in Jesus Christ. And thank you very much. That's all. Thank you again. I'm sorry? Oh, yeah.
Thank you again, Hazel. All right, next on, we have a 2025 year-end review and 2026 goals. And the first one up is the Honorable Bob Matteek, Director Building and Planning Department.
Thank you.
Hi, Bob.
McTeague, it's McTeague, President, thank you. Yeah, McTagui, same thing. I had strict orders from President Bowen to keep it short and sweet today, so.
I'm glad you could make the time to come tonight, Bob.
Thank you, President.
You're welcome.
All
right, Bob.
Thank you, management.
Executive order was keep it short.
Thank you, management and council, for another year and opportunity to serve these residents of Bristol Township. This is my 2025 year-end review for building and planning. Oh, I'm sorry. So this is my Meet the A-Team page.
Oh, boy.
Front and center is me as director, and then Bo Fleming as supervisor, Carla Helbling, code enforcement inspector, Kevin Schuster, code enforcement inspector, Dawn Reagan as administrative assistant, Nicole Soji as office manager, and Amanda Leonard as our new clerk. So some of the 2025 accomplishments: we did $1.85 million in permit revenue this year, another $69,387.43 in non-traffic citations from code enforcement. We issued 3,139 permits and managed several land development projects alongside Gilmore Associates and Flagger. We inspected 470 rental units, completed our annual inspections of all 19 apartment complexes. That's 3,622 units with 2 code enforcement officers. We managed and closed 1,063 code enforcement complaints. It averages about 20 complaints a week. Reviewed 238 sewer ladder videos for I&I. Blighted 6 vacant homes awaiting transfer of new owners, and we abated and secured 3 properties in nuisance condition. And then we cleaned up several nuisance homeless camps alongside Bristol Township Police Department. One thing Randy did ask me to do this year was to do an overview of the single-family homes or units that we did in 2025. So Silver Lake Reserve, we had 88 units. They're selling from $375,000 to $465,000. Right now, we have 38 occupied out of 50. 38 occupied and 50 are still in progress. Villas of Greenbrook, which was 179 units, they're selling from $370,000 to $515,000. We have 60 occupied now, 119 in progress, and 72 units of the 119 are apartments. Prospect Avenue, we had 10 single-family homes. They sold from $515,000 to $569,000. We have 9 occupied, 1 in progress. Broadway and Mile, we had 7 single-family units. They sold from $600,000 to $615,000. All 7 of them are occupied. Lighthouse at Norton, with 51 units there. We have all 51 units occupied as rentals. Avenue E, we had 10 units there. They sold between $495,000 to $549,000. 7 of them are occupied, 3 are in progress. And then on top of that, we did another additional 12 newly subdivided parcels, which range from $450,000 to $575,000. So with that total, we had about 357 newly occupied units in 2025, mid-2026. So goals for 2026, we want to continue growing as a team while improving consistency, enhancing communication, and strengthening public relations. We want to continue progress toward a fully paperless operation, which we've been working on, and then we want to continue to stay aggressive with code enforcement and continue to improve the township. And that's all I have. Thank you, council. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. McTeague.
Have a good night.
Yeah, appreciate you coming out tonight.
The best of the best of the
Yeah.
department heads in building and planning.
Next, we have Public Works Department, Charlie Derlini?
I think the manager just dissed you, Charlie.
Yeah, and we got the next one right here.
Hi, good to see everybody. For what?
He's a prototypical, but
I'm going to speed read.
he looks like a public
And I am
works
going to be reading,
director.
just to give you a heads up. All right. Thank you all. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Heather. Thank you all, council members, for your continued support for the township and for the Public Works Department. It truly means a lot. Thank you. I'll try. Have a great night. If only. My boo. The Public Works Department uses 21 full-time employees and 2 to 3 part-time seasonal positions to cover a broad set of responsibilities that support daily operations. These positions are spread across administration, fleet services, roadway work, stormwater management, traffic safety, parks, municipal grounds, and seasonal programs. The one and only Lisa Strong is the Public Works Administrative Assistant. She wears a plethora of hats every day. Managing resident concerns, logging work orders, inputting financials, ordering supplies, keeping me in check are just a few examples of a typical workday for her. And there's really no such thing as a typical workday. But Robbie Colella serves as our Public Works Foreman. The success and reputation of the department are a direct reflection of his leadership and dedication. Township staff and residents are fortunate to have a foreman who's knowledgeable and has the willingness and ability to address resident concerns, support infrastructure improvements, and maintain the high level of employee morale that we currently have. Robbie routinely goes above and beyond, often taking the initiative to assume additional responsibilities in support of department operations. Who's doing it?
I'm gonna do it for you now. Some of them are backwards.
They're not. Okay. The Bristol Township Public Works Department plays a central role in keeping the community safe, functional, and well-maintained. The department works year-round to care for the core infrastructure that residents, businesses, and visitors rely on every day. This includes maintaining 173 miles of township roads, repairing potholes, resurfacing streets, and clearing snow and ice during winter storms. So this slide, or the last slide, I thought was perfect because it kind of, this is every single asset that the township owns. Every street sign, every inlet, every manhole, every road, and this is all done through the new software, which is AI-based Biolytics. I could do a whole nother presentation on that, so we won't go into it, but it's pretty amazing, yeah. I mean, after the presentation, I'm happy to speak on it, or.
But we can have you come back for another.
Sure, right.
We started that last
Last
year.
year?
It's unbelievable.
Great.
Roads and transportation. In 2025, the Bristol Township Public Works Department continued its essential work to maintain the township's infrastructure and support safe, reliable public services. The department focused on improving roadway conditions, strengthening stormwater systems, enhancing parks and public spaces, and maintaining the township's fleet and facilities. Public Works crews performed year-round roadway maintenance across the township's 173 miles of road. This included biannual street sweeping, street resurfacing, line painting, sign installation, and replacement. Additionally, 22 tons worth of coal patch was used to patch potholes across the township roads. 2025, the township road program paved 52,000 square yards of township streets. Each one of these streets, we also did upgrades to curb ramps if they needed it, making them ADA compliant. The department also managed snow and ice removal throughout the winter season to ensure safe travel for residents and emergency responders. Stormwater system maintenance and repairs. Stormwater management remained a priority. As always, staff cleaned over 200 stormwater inlets and repaired or replaced 86 inlets and pipe sections to reduce flooding risks and keep the drainage system working properly. Several aging stormwater structures were rebuilt or replaced to extend their service life and ensure compliance with environmental requirements. Mr. Rehab, who is our third-party contractor, who's doing our cured-in-place pipelining, they're doing our, storm drain cleaning and televising. This year is a little different. They only lined 168 lineal feet of pipe. That's for several reasons. One being the grant money that we're using to fund this program. It has to be spent by the end of 2026 this year. So we decided it's better to spend that money on televising and cleaning going ahead and seeing what we need to do and then applying for grants, budgeting, to be able to fix that, going forward. And I think there already is monies available to do that. Parks and open space. Perfect. The department continued its stewardship of township parks, green belts, and public facilities, crews mowed open spaces, maintained athletic fields, repaired playground equipment, and supported community events hosted by the Parks and Recreation Department. A particularly exciting upgrade includes the installation of a new filtration system in a municipal spray park that will reduce maintenance-induced disruptions of service during peak summer hours. This is my favorite picture of all time. That is the old system. It was a terrible filtration system, cartridge system that required hours of maintenance every single day. The new system will completely eliminate all that maintenance. It has basically you don't need to replace any, you never need to open it for 30 years, basically. It's a backwash system, yes, yes. It's gonna make all the difference in the world, so.
Knock on wood. You know.
Will do. Fleet maintenance. 2 mechanics maintain the township's vehicles and equipment across all departments. Their work supports every public works division from road crews to snow operations by ensuring equipment is operating at optimal performance. Billy Imbrico and Jason Hendrick are 2 of the most talented mechanics, period. Not only are they 2 of the most talented guys I know, but they're also genuinely great people with strong character who hold themselves and others to the highest standards. They keep the township's vehicles and equipment in reliable working order, including police cars, fire apparatus, snow plows, heavy construction equipment, and other essential fleet vehicles. By maintaining this work in-house, Public Works reduces the need for outside contractors, saving taxpayers' dollars while improving quality control and emergency response times. Do you mind just going back 1 slide? So in 2021, that lower picture is how we used to work on our fleet vehicles. The PD had an asymmetrical lift that they used, and they could do tires and everything. That's how our mechanic was lifting vehicles. He had wooden ramps that he would drive up on, and then he would put the jacks underneath of it. And I walked in and I said, "What is going?" And he's like, "That's how we've always done it." So the bottom right picture is now where we're at, and that was done in the beginning of last year. So we've come along. I don't. No one listened to these guys, apparently. Before Randy, obviously. That's just a picture. You go to the next one. In 2026, the township will hire a building maintenance supervisor to strengthen facility operations and improve maintenance coordination across all municipal buildings. This position will oversee routine and emergency repairs, manage maintenance projects and staff, and ensure buildings remain safe, functional, and well-maintained. The new supervisor will also help standardize building maintenance practices, schedule preventative maintenance, and support long-term facility planning. In 2026, the Bristol Township Public Works Department will focus on several major projects that support long-term infrastructure reliability. The department plans to continue resurfacing and repairing township roadways with targeting investments in streets identified as high priority through pavement condition assessments, one of them being Violytics. These projects will improve driving conditions, extend roadway life cycles, and reduce the need for emergency repairs. Public Works will also invest in improvements to parks, open spaces, and township facilities. Planned work includes repairing park pathways to ensure ADA compliance, replacing worn playground elements, upgrading field lighting where needed, and continuing maintenance of green belts throughout the township. Thank you.
Great job, Charlie.
Thank you.
10 out of 10. Very
You
good.
have a small treat. We have a very famous person who just presented, so.
I'm gonna turn.
Charlie is the best of the
state
best.
Are preparing for what could turn into a major snowstorm. You just heard everything Bill had to say.
This
That means
is
getting
great.
equipment ready and making sure salt supplies are adequate, which is proving hard to do in some locations. CBS News Philadelphia State Elementary has the story from Bucks County tonight.
Are we all prepared?
The Bristol Township Public Works Yard in Croydon is quiet Wednesday night. Take a peek in the salt barn, which is partially full.
This storm, we're a little bit more concerned. There's definitely a salt shortage, and we are doing everything we can to reach out to neighboring townships and salt vendors to see what we can do.
That means hoping more salt comes to put in both sheds before the first flakes fall. Public Works says on average, 600 tons of salt is used each storm, but this weekend, they're estimating more than 1,000 tons will be used.
This holds about 500 tons of salt. We probably have about 250. We're waiting on another 250 tons.
The Bristol Township Public Works Department is going to continue closely monitoring the track of this storm. That being said, as of Wednesday night, the plan right now is for trucks to start hitting the roads out here Saturday evening.
You know, a typical snowstorm, it takes us about 8 hours after the end of the storm to complete operations.
Bristol Township Public Works is responsible for some 173 roadway miles.
I compare it to going to the shore and back about 3 times and then having to plow and salt that kind of an area.
The crew here also has this reminder for community members.
If you're able to park your vehicles off the street, whether it's on your yard or in the driveway, we would appreciate it.
For the weekend, some 20 trucks outfitted with salt spreaders and plows are ready to go. Plus, subcontractors will help with the cleanup efforts.
It's going to be a long weekend, but we're ready for whatever the storm brings.
Nikki Dementri, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Thanks, Randy. Thanks, Council. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Charlie. Hazel, I just want to let you know, you don't feel obligated to hang out, but if you like to see what's going on.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, good. All right. Next on the agenda is Bob Lebo, Director of Information Technology. Welcome, Bob.
Look at him with the handheld.
You can hear me better when I'm talking on
Yeah,
this one.
there we go, Bob.
We'll move this one out
Bob,
of the way.
great to see you.
Council, thank you for having me here, manager, assistant manager, Madam Secretary, and everyone else there. My name is Bob Lebo. I'm the Information Technology Director. Just a little bit about information technology, exactly what we touch around here. We support every department in Bristol Township. Hardware, databases, security, software, applications, support, network, internet, servers, you name it. The TV station, we take care of that. That's where I just was before I came out here. So that's me, 37 years to Bristol Township so far, off and on. 30 years as a police officer and 4 as a information technology director. I've been a dispatcher. I've done a little bit of everything here. Experienced and certified in technology and cybersecurity. This year, I'm glad to announce we hired some staff. We have Jason Skolnick, who is here with me today, back here. He was hired in January of this year. He's got 25 years in the private sector and global organizations, and he holds a degree in network engineering as well as other certifications. And that's your IT team. That's me and Jason. So our responsibilities, like I said, we support every department. We have over 153 workstations, 27 MDTs and police cars. That's increasing a little bit this year. 25 laptops, 12 servers, 4 kiosks for punching in, 11 iPads, 97 phones, 116 cellular devices, 20 multifunction devices, which are copiers, copy, print, fax. We have 6 license plate recognitions out there in the township that belong just to us, and we share 2 with Middletown as well, at Bristol Oxford Valley and New Falls and 413. We have 102 cameras currently within the buildings and out in the field, parks. It has 217 views, I believe it is. 216 views. Some are multi-head cameras, so we have 216 views of things around town. We have 6 firewalls, 20 network switches, and 17 access points, which is Wi-Fi, those things back there. We have 151 user Office 365 presence. That's 151 people that use Excel, Word, email. TV broadcasts, we do 3 a month. That's 36 a year. 36 a year that we're here. So basically, we have 348 user devices, 44 network devices, 102 cameras, 20 copiers, 60 door access controls, 151 users in office, TV broadcast and equipment, and all the tools to manage it. Last year, I was here by myself. I handled 1,600 user calls for service in 2025. That's about 6 calls a day, and that includes being on the phone with support personnel, calling other places. A software vendor I won't mention, we were on the phone for 3 or 4 hours at a time because they don't know what they're doing. They're being replaced this year, you'll see. So my responsibilities and Jason's responsibilities now stretch across 8 physical buildings here in the township. A lot of them are on this campus, but we also have Schumacher, Public Works, Sewer. They're all of our buildings. Public Parks and Rec, we have to take care of that. Like I said, we support every department. So this is a snapshot of a tiny bit of our network. Network usually starts with Comcast or Verizon. That's your internet, right? Then you have a firewall and a core switch, which routes everything, and your switches that have all your PCs and all the other equipment attached to it. So that's where your copiers live. That's where your PCs live, your laptops live, your door access controls, your cameras, they all live off of those switches. And we support all of that. So in 2025, for camera system upgrades, the Bloomsdale camera system replacement is almost complete. All the cameras and communication equipment has been replaced. There's just a couple cameras that have a little bit of a network issue, and they're online sometimes not. We're trying to get that fixed. We're working with Comcast to do that. And all of that was funded through a grant. Automated license plate readers, 2 we brought online in 2025. We brought up State and Cedar and Mill Creek and Green Lane. Both of those were using grant funds as well. So we're going to install dedicated fiber connections to our buildings. They're private, symmetrical, which means the speeds are the same both ways. It's like a car. If it's 500 miles an hour going up, it's 500 miles an hour coming down. It's private, which means, I don't know if you know about Comcast, when you're at home, all the neighborhood is connected to one switch or one hub. You share speed. All the kids come home at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, all your network speed slows down at home. Dedicated fiber, your speed is yours. It's business class. It's got a 4.9 uptime, they call it. It's 99.99% of the time, it's up. If we need to make that speed faster, say when the Emergency Operations Center goes into effect, if we got called out, now you got TVs on, you've got bandwidth being chewed up over the firehouse, we can upgrade that bandwidth on the fly and make it faster. 5 buildings have been on the construction for the fiber have been completed. Parks and Rec currently is up and operational. The new firehouse has fiber ready. It's coiled up at the pole out there, ready to come in. And the sewer plant's going to be my next install. So this is the first full year we've had Mimecast email security in place. As I explained last year, the email security, it scans every email that comes in. It checks the hyperlink, it checks the domain names, it checks everything there is to know about the email, as well as archiving it. So even if you go back into an archive and bring up an email again, it's still going to check those links to make sure that those things are still bad or good. So even if something turns bad later on, you're still going to know. So in 2025 alone, we had 807,359 emails come into this building, and it rejected 149,753 immediately, and that's 18%. That's last year, while it was learning what was bad and what was good. So that picture at the top there is just from April 14th of this year. You can see there's 2,142 emails came in and rejected 927. 43% of the emails that come in here are bad. They're spam. There's something that we don't want. So Mimecast is doing its job. And what it doesn't catch, our people inside actually catch. They're really good about catching that and letting us know, and we can get right on top of it, stop anything that's happening, clear it up, and bring it right back online. So multi-factor authentication is completed for all users. If you don't know what MFA, multi-factor authentication, or two-factor authentication is, that's another way of authenticating who you are. Something you know, something you have. So when you log in, multi-factor will come up and say, is this you? And you just click on it and say, yeah, it's you. So Windows 10 operating system went end of life October 14th of 2025. I mentioned that last year. And we've been working hard to bring everything into compliance. It's still a work in progress. As this is one of my goals in 2026, is to finish that We have 153 workstations, 25 laptops, and 27 MDTs that require an upgrade. They're still in progress. It's a time-consuming process to move a user to a new computer, moving all their files, make sure their emails work and their printers are up and running, all that stuff. So 105 upgrades have been completed to date since June of last year. We have a few more to go. So more of the 2026 goals, electronic document management. We're trying to get as paperless as possible. We did sign with a vendor this year. We've got the IU kids here. They're pulling staples for us in folders and stuff like that to make sure that all the papers are scannable. Financial and tax software, we're migrating to a new company, a new piece of software. Police records management software is moving to a new platform. Excuse me. I want to develop IT standard operating procedures this year, as well as a comprehensive disaster plan. I need to complete the dedicated fiber connections to all the rest of the buildings that are there. The construction is done. I just have to turn them up. We got another grant to add another license plate recognition system out there. We're going to put 5 points up there. That's a real big one. So many cars go through there. I'm going to continue camera replacements around the township. A lot of our township cameras were put in back in 2010, 2011, 2012. They're starting to go bad. I didn't realize it. We had like 7 of them go down in one shot, and I brought them all back up, and they're like, oh, you need to replace some of this equipment. I'm like, okay. Thanks for telling me in time for budget. So, any questions on any of that stuff? Oh, I missed it. Yeah. That's really good, Bob. So, I just want to thank you for continued support and cooperation.
Bob, 14 years ago I came in on board, remember?
I remember.
And you were here way before that. Right? What a lot of changes, 14 years to now, today.
A lot of changes for the
Yeah.
better. This is
Yeah.
the best time right now to work in this township.
Yeah.
And that's because of you.
Yep.
Because of Randy, the manager.
Yep.
And Heather.
Department
You
heads.
guys up there are very important. And
Yeah.
the new department heads that
Yeah.
are coming in here,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
As they all said, breath of fresh air.
It is a breath of fresh air.
Well, Bob, thanks. It's great you came back, and everything you're doing was well needed.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. And maybe one day you'll find some of them old videotapes. No.
All of them. Every single one.
Oh, my God.
Wait till you see some of that. We are going to have some
fun. Every single one in the basement. They were in a basement in a different area. When we were moving things around, when they came out of the police end in the core vault, it's called, they got scattered into different places.
So what do we do with them?
Well, some of them are DVDs.
Yeah.
A lot of them are VHS tapes. So if you have a VHS player,
Yeah.
I can pick out
That's
you can look at the minutes and pick out the ones you want to see.
There's some great stuff on there.
Don't worry, fellas. It's the guy with the tapes.
Bob,
you know,
yeah.
they get all excited.
Bob,
we
Bob,
got film. We
Bob,
got film.
Bob would tell me sometimes the meetings were so long that Bob would be changing cassettes because they would go to 2 in the morning.
2, 3 o'clock. I have one meeting. I was here till 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Long
So
time.
thanks, Bob. I'm glad you found them. I don't know what we'll do, where we go from there. Thanks, Bob.
I'm going to offer a round of applause for all 3 department heads tonight.
All right, okay. So next, we have an ordinance of Township Bristol, Bucks County, Pennsylvania, opening a portion of Emily Avenue at Paper Street in the township. Anybody want to explain that? Or go, thank you.
Yes, so, this is a petition, or not a petition, but no, an ordinance to open the portion of Emily Avenue. Emily Avenue currently exists partially opened. We're opening up an additional portion of it, give access for the 1020 Ann Street subdivision. There were some additional properties that needed lines. This has been advertised in accordance with the First Class Township Code. All property owners adjacent have been notified. None have expressed any concerns. We know that one of the property owners on the opposite side was in favor of it. I had also spoken with the attorney for the third property owner earlier this week after they got the notice, and they were No issues brought up,
Okay.
so.
Okay, we need a motion on that.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Cindy Murphy,
I'll second it.
second by Joe Glassman on the motion. Is there any questions? All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Thank you. Okay, next we have a consent agenda, but we do have to table one thing on there. So do I table that now? Or, because we're consent, go ahead.
Right, you can make a motion.
Right now?
Well, after you read them all, you say which one is tabled, and then the motion can go forward to approve everything except
Okay.
6.
Got it. And so it's going to be C. We're going to be tabling. So we have, next is consent agenda. Consider approval of after list requisition dated April 16, 2026, in the amount of $2,807,226.69. Consider approval of March 19, 2026 council meeting minutes. Consider planning module resolution for Lincoln 55 Villas of Abraham Lincoln project. Consider resolution for reserve handicap parking area for 5630 Mitchell Road. Consider resolution approving the 2026 program year community development action plan and authorization and subdivision to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. And on that, we need to table C, consider planning module resolution for Lincoln 55 Villas and Abraham Lincoln.
I'll make a motion that we consider planning module resolution for Lincoln 55 Villas at Abraham Lincoln tabled.
We have a motion by
Purposes of
Patrick
this vote.
Antonello.
Yeah, just so you know, the only reason it's tabled is they just didn't get all of their required documents in for it to be on.
Okay, so we have motion by Patrick Antonello. Marcia, second by Marcia Dunlap. On the questions or any questions? Yeah, on the motions or any questions? All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Thank you. We have a report from Township Manager.
Thank you, President Bowen. I just wanted to update a few things. While Charlie had expressed that we hired 2 Public Works employees, we also hired 4 police officers. 1 started Monday of this week, and 3 more start Monday of next week. And again, these are all filling positions. We're still haven't been able to get ahead yet. Wanted to also mention that Lieutenants Titus and Kitcheman graduated from Northwestern School of Command, which is a very prestigious school for them to go for a lot of the administration portions of their job. And that was 10 weeks, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, so it was a long time. And then at that time, the chief was here by himself. So he's very happy to have them back as well. Croydon Acres Park, I think I had mentioned before, we got a grant to revitalize the park. So we still are preparing the environmental review, and we'll be moving forward with that this summer. The Martha Miller Resource Center, we have a contractor that has gone in and looked at what needs to be done. We'll be getting some quotes on that and honing that in. And the play structure will be going in. The deadline for the funding is the end of July, so it'll be going in obviously before that. Yard waste started earlier this month. Just wanted to remind everybody and just pack a little patience. It's the beginning of the season. It always runs a little slow in the beginning of the season because there's a lot of bags out there from the cleanup over the winter time. And one of the items that I've been working with Gilmore and Charlie with Public Works is next month we'll have the bid opening for the ADA curb ramps and road paving program. And this year we're adding inlet repairs and replacements as well. That is all I have.
Great news, thank you. Next, report from the Township Solicitor.
Nothing this evening.
Oh, okay. Good. Next, new business. Application of Stag Industrial Holdings LLC, requesting primary and final land development. Approval for minor site improvements to reconfigure the existing parking loading facilities on a property located at 3001 State Road, Croydon, tax parcel number 5-058-002-002 within the M2 Heavy Manufacturing Zoning District. Hello.
Good evening. For the record, my name is Michael Floyd. I'm an attorney with Archer & Griner, appearing on behalf of the applicant, Stag Industrial Holdings, which you just heard has submitted an application for what are really minor site improvements for property located at 3001 State Road. Essentially, this application involves reconfiguring the existing parking lot and loading areas. The building itself is vacant, and Stag, as the owner of the property, is looking to make these minor site improvements to help make it more marketable to a household name tenant, creditworthy tenant that both Stag and the township would be happy to have in the building. With me this evening is Tom Bayshard, licensed professional engineer with Mohawk Land Development Consultants. And I'm going to turn it over to Tom to walk through 2 exhibits this evening to show you where the property is located with an aerial photograph, and then walk you through the site plan itself. Tom?
Hello?
Nope. There we go.
Oh.
It has to take its time to start. Technology.
Like me in the morning. Okay. First exhibit here, this is right from the site plan set. This is an aerial exhibit just showing the site and the surrounding uses. We use a company called NearMap. This picture was taken in February of 2025. Just to orient you real quick, north is pointing up and slightly to the right. The scale of this drawing is 1 inch equals 100 feet. The site is outlined in blue. It's 3001 State Road. Whoops, what did I do? Okay. Actually, I have a laser pointer that'll... I think there's a pointer on that. Oh, there's a pointer on here? All right, so just real quick, this is Bristol Pike up here. This is Veterans Highway, the Wawa State Road here. The site is outlined in blue. It's about 7.6 acres. There's an existing warehouse building. It's 99,072 square feet. Loading and parking facilities. There's a really big parking lot in the front of the site. What's that? There's a single full access driveway coming out the state road. The site has all public utilities, water, sewer, gas, electric, telephone. There is no stormwater management on the site currently. There is a pipe that comes under State Road in this area here. Water backs up into the site, trickles through that pipe. There's wetlands that have developed over time along the frontage of the site on both sides of the driveway. The surrounding uses, you can see it's all industrial to the west, east, and south. And there is a rail line that runs between the site and Bristol Pike back in this area here. If there's no questions on this exhibit, I'll just go to the next one.
No.
Go quickly here. This is also from the site plan set. This is the overall site plan with the zoning analysis. Same orientation as before. North is pointing up and slightly to the right. The scale of this drawing is 1 inch equals 40 feet. The brown shaded rectangle right here is the existing building. The light gray shading is existing pavement. The dark gray shading is proposed heavy-duty pavement. And the light green shading is proposed light-duty pavement. So before, there was a big parking lot out front. Basically, we're just kind of reducing that parking lot and moving some areas over so that we can segregate car parking on the right side from loading, and we're going to add 16 new trailer spaces in this area here. We are keeping 10 existing car parking spaces down in that big lot. We have a sidewalk with a crosswalk for warehouse employees that'll kind of go along the driveway, cross over with the crosswalk, and then we have New Jersey barriers to protect the pedestrians going into the building. We were able to do this without increasing the impervious coverage on the site. It's actually a slight decrease, and we're also not disturbing more than an acre of land, so we don't have to provide stormwater management, and we don't need a NPDES permit.
Good for you.
We are not proposing any work within the right-of-way, and we are upgrading the lighting throughout the site, all energy-efficient LED lighting, and essentially there's no landscaping on the site right now. There's a couple trees over on this property line over here. We're going to be adding about 29 new shade trees on the site. That's the next,
Okay.
the next exhibit. That just shows, normally we would put shade trees along in a straight line, but because of the wetlands pockets, we just kind of clustered them. And we've got them between the car parking and the loading, and then a row in front of the trailer storage there. And that's basically it.
Good. Yeah, good.
Tried to make it quick for you.
Yeah, thank you.
So we need a motion on that.
I'll make a motion for it.
Motion by Cindy Murphy. Second by Mary Ann Weiner. On the motion, is there any questions about rearranging the parking lot?
Yep, thank you very much.
Real quick, any issues, all the review letters, everything's a will comply, and we're all good to move forward, then, yep, we are good to move forward.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Good luck. Thank you,
Good luck.
gentlemen.
Good luck.
And thank you for being entertained with our state of the township.
It was terrific. Yes, it was nice.
Not to talk out of school, but is there somebody on the hook right now for the property?
They are looking at it right now, yeah.
Somebody's looking.
I don't know if they're on the hook.
They're looking.
So no, nobody's on the hook.
Not yet.
Good luck.
Good luck.
We have a deed of dedication for 6801 Bristol Pike.
Me again.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, this is the end of the land development for the Bristol Pike storage. They, if you recall, they extended the back of Sylvia Avenue.
Oh, got it.
So this is just that final step of the dedication of the road. Kurt, it was built to specs. Everything's good on your inspection side.
Yep.
Then we're ready to accept dedication if council so chooses.
We need a motion.
I'll make it.
Motion by Marcia Dunlap,
I'll second.
second by Cindy Murphy. On the motion, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Request for proposal for 2026 and 2028 HVAC service.
HVAC service? HVAC?
I call it HVAC.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the
Well-
difference? HVAC, HVAC? Have at it. Remember, I took my allergy medicine. Do you remember that?
Got it. So we advertised for requests for proposals for our maintenance of, as Bob Lebo had said, our many buildings. So we have the senior center, we'll have the new fire station, which was the previous senior center, Park and Rec, Public Works, wastewater treatment plant, and this building. So this would be for maintenance of, scheduled for, I don't even know how to pronounce what you call it. What is it? Havoc? So, perfect. So that's what, so we only had one submission from the RFP. It was by Hirschberg Mechanical. They're the ones that have the current contract. So this would be for 3 years at $84,600 per year.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Patrick Antonello. Second by Marcia Dunlap. On the questions, on the motions, or any questions? All in favor? Aye. Anyone
Aye.
opposed
Aye.
to that? No. Thank you. Let's see if we can mess this one up. Updated 5-year financial plan and EIT increase. Analyst proposal from Keystone Municipal Service. Analysis, that's what I said.
Here we go.
Analytic, how's that?
So I'm just going to go from here. We have been talking about different ways to bring in revenue to the township, not being on the tax properties services. And we, as Bob had said, council has been very good at smart development and bringing in tax dollars. One of the things that we want to discuss, or we have been bringing up to council, is we are at 0.5% of the earned income tax, where it can go up to 1%. Most of the other surrounding municipalities have 1%, so people are already, unless you live in Bristol, you're paying the 0.5% only. So it will affect our township residents, because now that would be the 1% increase or a 0.5% increase. Anybody else is already paying that, because we are probably one of the few that either has 0.5 or there's still maybe 2 that don't have any. Brought this up to council. I know President Bowen had concerns, wanted to really make sure that we're not hurting our residents. So we have requested a proposal from Keystone Municipal Solutions. They're the ones that did our 5-year financial forecast a couple years ago. Obviously, we'd want to update this 5-year financial forecast with the current dollars, especially where we had said years ago we had had a lot of surpluses because we were budgeting for a full complement of staff. We hadn't been hiring them. Now we're hiring them, so our financials are going to start looking different. So this proposal for the EIT and the financial update analysis is for $17,500 for Keystone Municipal Solutions.
I think that's a good idea. I'll make that motion.
We have a motion for Patrick Antonello.
I'll second.
And again, this is, just so you know, this is an analysis.
Yeah.
This is only an analysis.
This is an analysis.
To study it.
Yes,
Because
to study.
I
To
think
study.
ultimately, our goal is, if we do increase the EIT, to reduce the millage. That-
And that's what yes,
Yes,
exactly.
that's
To-
our goal. So
yes.
this analysis will help us figure out the correct numbers.
Yes, and just to, you know, for full transparency, we've also talked about potentially raising some of the millages in other areas, and so then we'd be reducing it in the general fund, but Park and Rec and Rescue
Fire-
Squad.
and Fire protection, rescue squad, so forth and so on.
So we want to find the sweet spot for our residents, is basically what we're looking for.
Hence the professional analysis.
Study. So we have a motion by Patrick Antonello. We do have one from Ray. Hi, Ray. How you doing down there? How's things going? Good to hear from you. So we have a second by Ray Blaylock. On that, is there any questions on that motion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone
Thanks,
opposed?
Ray.
Thank
I'm
you.
on the other end, buddy.
So on that, though, I just have, which I have a Bristol Township resident asking, if they were working in Middletown and they have 1%, they get half, we get half. So that Bristol Township resident is working in another municipality, has 1%. We're losing that 0.5%.
Correct.
So that's what the study's about. How many residents actually work outside the township? And there's a lot.
Just that.
So we're going to take a look at that. And that's the goal of the study. Just so before anybody, oh, here we go. That's what it's about. Falls, can't believe Falls, no, Bob's not here. They raised their 1%, and they have a trash fee that they get every month. And of course, Ben Salem has the casinos, and Middletown has all the stores and the big warehouses and car lots, and so we need to really take a look at that. Anyway, it's my 2 cents on it. Next, we have appointment to the Planning Commission.
Well, just
Oh,
before we go from that, what council has really asked as well is that not to impact the residents, but if we reduce taxes and potentially raise EIT, then we would be assisting our senior residents.
That's the other key component.
Right. Right. People like me, being a senior. All right, next we have appointment of the Planning Commission as member and vacancy to fill on the first one. All right, shoot, guys.
I'll make a
I'd like to
motion
make
to
a
appoint.
motion.
Oh,
Go
never
ahead.
mind, go ahead, there.
Go ahead. Who's first?
Mary Ann.
Mary.
Go ahead.
I was going to make a motion to appoint Mike Cox.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Second by Cindy Murray. So for the Planning Commission, Mike Cox, we have a motion on that.
And a second.
We have Mary Ann Wagner and Cindy Murphy. Second. On that, we need a motion.
We just did a motion.
I mean, remember, I took allergy
Is that
medicine.
allergy medicine
Oh, yeah.
or fentanyl?
It happened, Pat, it happened last year. So all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Thank you. Now, I'm sorry on this one. The vacancy is Andrea. I forget her last name.
Randolph.
Thank you. So on the vacancy, we need a motion. We need a, holy
No,
crap.
the alternate member. Alternate member.
Yeah, alternate
I'll
member.
second.
All right, who wants to put the name up?
Andre Randolph.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right, we have a first
And a second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, anyone opposed? Thank you. I told you I was going to mess up. Ooh.
We need the name of this woman.
What's that?
Thank you.
Okay.
Right, there you go, yep.
So we need appointment to the Environmental Advisory Committee as a member. And it was, what was the name?
I'll make a motion for Teresa Brittenham.
Okay. All right, we have a motion by Cindy Murphy, second by Marion Wenning. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you.
There we go.
Just love his job. Other business? Is there any other business? Any other business? No other business. Comments from council members?
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Ray, down there.
Thank you very much.
Take an extra dose.
All right.
I second.
Yeah. Listen, I had stuff removed on my forehead today. I think they took my brains out.
Yeah, destroyed your shirt. Oh, boy.
So,
Done it twice already.
yeah. Yeah, so one thing I do want to mention in all seriousness. So the 6th Annual Armed Forces Muster, May 9th, right here at the amphitheater. They have from 1,100 hours to 1,500 hours. And what that includes is special guests, community leaders, elected officials, music and performance, food vendors, giveaway, and more. The event is free for it's for everybody. It's for our veterans. It raises money. So again, that's May 9th and starts at 11 o'clock.
Who's that, Craig?
What's that?
Who sponsors that event?
Salute to Service.
Salute to Service.
Yeah, Rodney, I forget Wyatt's his last name. Yep. So again, May 9th.
What time?
11 o'clock it starts. So it's nice to see the veterans will be there. It'll be, there's one other thing.
You want to mention the police officers' memorial services
Yep.
on the 18th
Thanks,
of
Matt.
May. Unfortunately, I'm scheduled out of town. I will not be attending, but all are welcome.
9 a.m. Yeah, it's
9
9.
a.m.
And
That's out front of the municipal building here.
Yeah, that's on the upcoming events. You might be thinking of Earth Day. Is that what you're thinking
No.
at Core Creek Park?
That's
So
another one.
That's another one that, so our Parks and Rec, our new director had kind of started that when he was in Middletown. So that's why it's at Core Creek Park, but we will be there for Earth Day. Our East Coast Greenway table will also be there for people to gain knowledge. I did forget to mention, I mean, it's all on the agenda for upcoming events. We have our first township cleanup. That'll be on May 1st. That's rain or shine from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then our next event is Touch a Truck, which will be on Saturday, May 30th.
Did you say cleanup is the 3rd, a Sunday? Did I hear that right?
Saturday, May 1st.
Oh, the 1st is a Saturday?
Yes.
Okay, Sunday's the 2nd, that's right.
And last thing I just want to mention on that Salute to Service, they'll be featuring the Washington Crossing National Cemetery Honor Guard will be there. All right, so and on that, any other comments? Nope, okay. Opportunity for residents to address council. We have one resident, and it's the famous Wes Wrestler. Come on up, Wes.
World renowned. I just use it.
Great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. What do we got? What's hot, Wes?
I think we have had put letters out before about putting your trash out early, correct?
Yeah.
So it don't blow all over the place?
Yeah.
Because I got people that's putting it out on Wednesday and Thursday nights for Tuesday. And it's blowing all over the place. And I think I brought that up at the last meeting. Permits. We need permits for roofs
Yes,
when you redo your roof?
that's correct, sir.
It depends. It depends. It depends on what's happening with the roof. It's just for shingle replacements, you do not need a permit. If you are replacing 25% or more of the sheathing, then you need a permit.
I said, if you're gonna replace the roof, you need a permit,
Right.
period.
No, it's what I just said.
You said shingles.
No, I said
So-
sheathing. 25% or more of the sheathing is going to be replaced, which is under the shingles.
Right.
Right, that's when you need a permit. Other than that, you do not need a permit.
And strip all the shingles off and put new shingles on. and you
Without a
don't have to
permit,
get
correct.
nothing.
That is correct, sir.
Okay, pools. You need permits for pools?
Anything over 3 feet. 36 inches.
Okay, and if you're taking down a pool and putting up another pool, you still gotta get a permit, right?
For anything that's over 36 inches.
Okay? Okay, we got that.
How
Now,
about fences? Let's talk about fences.
you wanna talk fences? I remember yours, though.
Yeah, I know,
You,
I know.
you said, you told me yourself, you said the only reason you replaced it is because somebody knocked it down.
Well, I had to replace it because it got knocked down. It was in pretty raggedy shape.
It was sitting at about a 35 or 40-degree angle for a while.
No, it wasn't that bad. I had a come along on it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought maybe you parked the truck in the backyard.
Leaned
hooked
it,
to
no,
yeah.
no, I had a come along on it.
So anyway, if you're gonna have a new, facility in the township, like a junkyard, like EMR or something like that, or if you're gonna have a facility like that, you have to get a license and a permit for that, right?
You mean a professional scrap business?
Yeah,
Well, certainly.
yeah, if you're gonna run a professional scrap business, yeah. If you're gonna advertise it as such. Yep, okay. All right, thank you. That's all I got for tonight, man.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out.
When you said you were gonna have trouble tonight, first thing I thought of, I said, he got off the damn airplane again.
No, I'm good. Just,
Thank you, Wes.
thank you,
So-
Wes.
so
We'll just
how'd
leave
you-
that go.
How'd you wind up hooking up with Rodney Wyatt?
He hooked up with me.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
and
look
Marcia.
like you look like you're doing much better, Wes. You look
Yeah.
healthier.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I'm happy
you
to
do.
say.
People
All right,
have
sorry.
told me about my ups and downs.
Okay, all in favor to adjourn the meeting?
Get out.
Yeah.
Aye. Thank you, everybody. Have a great couple weeks, and we'll see you next month. Thank you so much, and thank you for tuning in.